arithmetic. In your book it is page number 47. Page number 47, modular arithmetic. It is the concept dealing with remainder. So, your 1 day equal to 24 hours we have. But in our class, it is not shown in 24. In our class, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But in our class, 24 is not there. So here we use for up to 12 hours we use, for 13 we use 1 to represent 13. We use 1 to represent 13th hour. Then 2 for 14th hour. Like that, up to 12 we use it for 24th hour. So for 13 to 24 we use the same numbers 1 to 12. So this is, so here for 1 day we are using 12, 1 to 12 2 times. Here the number 1 to 12 is called wrapping numbers from 1 to 12. So after that it is cyclic, or we can say it as cyclic. After 12 we repeat as, instead of repeating 13, 14, 15 we use again 1, 2, 3, 4. So cyclic. So the type of, this is the definition for modular arithmetic. The type of wrapping around after hitting, that is after some value only we are after hitting some value is called modular arithmetic. Wrapping around after hitting some value is called modular arithmetic. For 1 day we are wrapping all the numbers from 1 to 12. So this is modular arithmetic. It is an somewhat different, interesting chapter dealing only with the remainder. Here we use the remainder one is division only. Here it is developed by the great mathematician Carl. This idea is developed, the concept idea is developed by Friedrich Gauss. In the first exercise we see as Euclid as the father of geometry. Here this person is called as Prince of Mathematics. The ideas are developed and improved by the person called Carl Friedrich Gauss, Prince of Mathematics. Now next one, here the process, its process will form cyclic operations. That is, we won't take all the integers. After that, we will take another same number is repeated. For that example is day and night. First, we have so many examples in our daily life. Day, after day first, then night. Next, we will start with day only. Day and night. The second one, days of a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. After Saturday, we again starting from Sunday. Next one, months of a year. So after December, we will start from January only. Months of a year. Fourth one, seasons of a year. Seasons of a year. So this concept is related to our daily life. Next, we can include life cycle of a planet like that. Now, next one is next one, congruence model. Congruence modulo. Congruence modulo. The another concept definition. Suppose we are having two integers a and b are two integers. If they differ only by and a and b are two integers, and concurrence if they differ by an integer multiple of n. If they differ only by an integer multiple of n, that is a minus b equal to some constant into n. This can, if you have that term like this, we can write it as a is congruent to b mod n. If the difference between the two numbers is a constant integer multiple of n, then we can say it as a is congruent to b modulo n. Suppose we take, for example, we take this number 65. 65 minus 5. The answer will be 56. I divide it like this, 8 into 7. I write it as a constant into 7. So we can write it as implies 61 is congruent to 5 mod 7. The meaning for this one is, this is the concept given in the textbook. You can easily understand this concept. 61 divided by 7. You will get, the answer will be 7 8s are 56. While you subtracting, the answer will be 5. So we are writing, instead of 61, we are writing as 7 into 8. In the arithmetic of Euclid's division algorithm, we will write 7 into 8 plus 5. Whereas in modular arithmetic, we deal only the remainder. So this will denote dividend. This will denote remainder. This will denote divisor. We won't talk about the quotient here. So the first number will denote dividend, second will denote remainder, the third number will denote divisor. Here the only condition for the quotient is it is an integer multiple. Whether it is positive or negative, it is an integer multiple. So if you note this one, you can easily find out the answer. Next, This is the example. Next one. While doing this one, we can find for all the numbers. In the your book, it is given as illustration. We have to find out the answer. One sum is for positive, another sum is for negative. To find 8 mod 7. We have to find 8 mod 7. That is 8 is the divisor. No, 8 mod 4. You have to divide the number 8 by 4. You have to get the answer. The same number it is while you doing the division you can find out, but while they giving the pictorial illustrations, here the 4 is the divisor. When a number is divided by 4, the remainders are, by Euclid's division algorithm, the remainders are, you will get 0, 1, 2 and 3. Only 3 numbers you are getting, only these 4 numbers you are getting as the remainder. So, take this number. I take 0, 1, 2, 3. I draw like this. Here they are giving 8 is 8 modulo 4. Here the 8 is given as plus. We are having plus 8 mod 4. So in clockwise direction we have to move up to 8. So first I start from 0. 0 to 1. 0 to 1. 1 to 2. 2 to 3. 3 to 4. 3. The 4 is coming again this number, so write it as 4. Now come to this one. 4. After we have to go up to plus 8. So after 4, you have to come to the next one. Touch this one. So this number is 5. Next 6. Next 7. Next 8. So the 8 is come under the remainder 0. So 8 can be written as, this can be written as is congruent to, under the remainder 0, 0, 8 can be written as 8 is congruent to 0 mod 4. So this is, so for 9 we will come to this one like that. So every integers can be represented within a integers, in remainders of a number. If I divide by 4, I can represent all the integers within these 4 numbers 0, 1, 2, 3. I can represent any integer positive. This is I am telling for positive. We can represent negative integers also. You will, further we will see the next illustration. Next illustration. Find -5 mod 3. It is negative, so you have to use anti-clockwise direction. Use anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction you have to use it. Because it is negative. So this is the dividend. This is the divisor. We have to find the remainder. No need to divide. This is also given as pictorial representation. While the divisor is 3, the remainders are, by Euclid's division algorithm, the remainders are 0, 1, 2. So I take the remainders 0, 1, 2. So I take like this. Zero, 1, 2. Here I take this one. From starting from 0, I have to move in the anti-clockwise direction up to 5 times. So from 0 I start 0 to 2. It will represent the number 1. 0 to 2. It will represent the number 1. Next, 2 to 1. It will represent the number -2. Next, 0 to 1 to 0. It will represent the number 3. Next, I want to move up to 5. So, next is 0 to 2. It will represent the number 4. Next, 1 to 2. That is, it will represent the number 5. It will represent the number 5. So, 5 is coming under the remainder 1. So, this 5 can be written as -5. I am using anti-clockwise direction. So, I write it as -5 is congruent to 1 mod. -5 is congruent to 1 mod 3. Here, from this we can understand that all the integers can be represented, and we can replace all the integers by the remainder upon the division. While you are dividing a number by n, we will bring all the numbers up to the remainder 0 to n minus 1. Next, how we can connect the Euclid's division lemma and modulo. Connecting, how they are connected. Connecting Euclid's division lemma and modular arithmetic. This congruent. How we can connect these two? So take this one. By Euclid's division algorithm, m and n are integers. We take two integers, m and n are integers, and I take m as positive. M is positive. So I divide n by m. By Euclid's division lemma, there exists a number q and r such that, so n can be written as n is equal to m into q plus r, where the r is positive. At the same time, it is less than the divisor. Here the divisor is m. So 0 less than or equal to r less than m, and q is an integer. Q is an integer. This is the Euclid's division lemma. But we take this statement alone. N minus r equal to mq. I bring q inside. That is q into m. That is equal to an integer multiple of m. An integer multiple of m. Therefore, n minus r equal to an integer multiple of n by a definition of congruence modulo. By the definition of congruence modulo, we can write n is congruent to R modulo n. N is congruent to R modulo m. So we can connect these two. So we are starting from Euclid's division lemma and we end with modular arithmetic. We can represent like this. Next one, modulo operations. So this is the concept of modulo. It is dealing only with the remainders. So first will represent the, suppose if you write, just recall this thing. You write x is congruent to R mod y means this will represent dividend, because this concept is used for doing the exercise sum. This is remainder. This y will represent divisor. Here we won't talk about the quotient. If you understand this concept, you can easily do the exercise sum. Next topic is modulo operation. Modulo operations. This is given as in your book as theorem 5. Here they give given A is congruent to B mod M. You have to read it as mod M. Next C is congruent to D mod M. So these two things are given. We have, this is modular arithmetic. We have addition, subtraction, multiplication. Up to this only. First one, we can add the left hand side and as well as the right hand side. That is A plus C is equal to, this side you add B plus D mod M. Second one, addition. Next we do it for subtraction. A minus C is congruent to B minus D mod M. Third one, addition, subtraction over multiplication. That is AC is congruent to, this side also you multiply BD mod M. This is theorem 5. Next one, theorem 6. Here they give only one statement. A is congruent to B mod M. B mod M. And C is any integer. Then we have here also both addition. Here we are multiplying, adding, multiplying and subtracting a constant number. First one we have A plus C. This side also you add B plus C mod M. Here we are adding a constant. Second one we can subtract it. A minus C. This side also you can subtract B minus C mod M. Third one, multiplication. AC. This side is congruent to BC mod M. So these three things you can use it. Now take exercise 2.3. First sum, exercise 2.35. Here, while we doing the illustrations, we are having 0, 1, 2. We are having so many numbers. Illustration. In the illustration, we are representing so many numbers around this one. Implies the modular equation has infinitely many solutions. In algebra, we have only unique solution, infinitely many solution, no solution. But in modular arithmetic, every equation has infinitely many solutions. For that one, you can use this illustration. So in this one, they ask the least value, which is the least value satisfying this one. So first one, here they ask find the least value. Find the least, not only the least but also positive. Least positive value. Positive value for x. So first subdivision. First one. 71 is congruent to x mod 8. X mod 8. So this is according to our definition. This is the dividend. This is the divisor. We have to find the remainder alone. So we can divide and find out the answer. Otherwise, we can using the definition also we can find out the answer. While you dividing 71 divided by 8, the answer will be 8 8s are 64. Subtracting, this is the remainder. So the value must be 0 to 7 because x will represent the remainder. For the x, for this sum, the x value should be 0 to 7 only. So subtracting, the answer will be 7. So from this also you can write implies x equal to 7, or we can use the definition. By definition of modulo congruent congruence, 71 minus x equal to some constant into 8. I take the constant as k. So from this you have to find for what value of x, this statement will have a multiple of 8. If we subtract 71 minus 1, the answer will be 70, not comes in the 8 table. While you subtracting, you will get 71 minus 7 equal to, the answer will be 64. This can be written as 8 into 8. This can be written as a constant multiple of 8. Therefore, 8 implies x equal to 7. Because for if x equal to 7, you are getting this. So the answer is x equal to 7. You can use this method or this method. Because this method is easy, they give divide and divisor. We have to find only the remainder. Second subdivision. The second subdivision is 78 plus x. 78 plus x is congruent to 3 mod 5. 78 plus x is congruent to 3 mod 5. So by definition we can use it. This is the dividend, this is the divisor, this is the quotient. So by the definition of congruence modulo, congruence modulo 78 plus x, bring this number to this side, minus 3 is equal to a constant multiple of 5. I take the constant as k. where k is an integer. Integer multiple of 5 where k is an integer. Now you have to find out the answer. So simplify this one. 70, this will be 75 plus x equal to 5k. Here they ask least positive integer. So for x, if I put 0, 1, 2, 3, it will not come up. If we put substitute x equal to 5, I will have 80 equal to 5 into 14. 5 into 16. Not 14, sorry, 16. 5 into 16. So it is an integer multiple of 5 implies x equal to 4. An integer multiple of 4. So the x value will be x equal to 5. Here they ask least value, that is why we are finding only one answer. But in modulo, we can find every equation has infinitely many solutions. Third subdivision. $89 is congruent to third one. $89 is congruent to x plus 3 into mod 4. X plus 3 into mod 4. So by definition, 89 minus x plus 3 is equal to an integer multiple. So I take it the integer multiple as k into 4. That is 86 minus x equal to 4k. I want to find only the value for x. So for suppose I put x equal to 1. If x equal to 1, this side you have 86 minus 1, that is 85. It is not a multiple of 4. If x equal to 85 is not a multiple of 4. If x equal to 2, we are getting that is 84, which is can be written as 21 into 4. An integer multiple of 4. An integer multiple of 4. So we are getting the answer that for x equal to 2. X equal to 2 is the answer. How to substitute the value for x? Fourth one. Fourth question is 96 is congruent to x by 7 mod 5. By definition, I can write it as 96 minus x by 7 equal to a constant multiple of 5. I take it as k, where k is an integer. K is an integer by the definition of congruence modulo. So if you take LCM and simplify, the answer will be 672 minus x divided by 7 equal to 5k. I want to find only x, not for k. So I write it as x equal to 672 minus x equal to 35k. So I want to subtract the remainder. So I divide 672 by 35. 672 divided by 35. One time 35, 2, 3, again 2. So you can write it as 9 times. The answer will be 350. While you subtracting, the answer is 7. So if you subtract the remainder 7, you will get it is a multiple of 35. So that's all. X equal to 7. Next, fifth subdivision. 5x is congruent to 4 mod 6. By definition, 5x minus 4 is equal to, from constant multiple of 6, I take it as k. That is 5x minus 4 equal to 6k. 5x minus 4 equal to 6k. So x equal to, I want to find the value for x, 6k plus 4 divided by 5. This means we are in the denominator, we are having the number 5. It is divisible by 5. So first time you have to find the least value. For the next value, just you can add the denominator 5. This divisible by 5. So we first put if x equal to k equal to 1. The answer will be x equal to 10 by 5. The answer is 2. So we are getting it is a multiple of divisible. It is divisible by 5. Next, for the next k value, we have to take it as, take the before value and add it plus 5. Because it is divisible by 5, in the denominator we are having the number 5. That is equal to 6. Now put a k equal to 6. Then the x value will be 40 by 5. The answer will be 8. In the question, for the next value, you have to take it as 6 plus 5, 11. You will get the value which is divisible by 5. So, but in the question is find the least positive integer. So, the answer is, the least value of x is, the least value is x equal to, the least value is x equal to 2. The same is this fifth subdivision is repeated as third sum. The same sum is repeated in third one. Now second question. If x is congruent to 13 modulo 7. So x is congruent to 13 mod 70. X modulo 70. The question is 7x minus 3. 7x minus 3 is congruent to, for what value of mod 70? For what value of modulus 70? You have to find the unknown. I take it as 1, 2. From by 1, x minus 13 equal to some constant multiple of 70. Some constant multiple of 17, I take it as k into 17. So this can be written as 17k, where k is an integer. K is an integer. So now you have to find the value for x minus 13. I want to find, the question is, you have to find it the value for the concurrent equation has infinitely many solutions. Here I take it as positive value. So I want to substitute the value for x. You will get the answer as multiple of 70. So I want to substitute the value for x here greater than 17 because it is a multiple of 17. So I have to choose. While substituting the value for x, I get 30 minus 17. I get it as, if I put, if x equal to 17. So this side will become 4 is not equal to multiple of 4. You are getting not multiple of 17. 17 minus 13, that is 4, not multiple of 4. If x equal to 18, that is 18 minus 13, the answer is 5. I want a multiple of 75. Continue like this. Now, when x equal to 30, you will get 30 minus 13, the answer will be 70. A multiple of 70. It is a multiple of 70. So the x value equal to 70. A multiple of 70. this is the first value. It is a multiple of 70. I get the answer as x equal to 30. Now come to the second one. By 2. By the second equation, I have 7x minus 3 is equal to, is congruent to what number mod 70? I take that number as is congruent to a mod 70. So 7x minus 3 is congruent to a mod. That is 7. I have the value for x as 30. Substitute 7 into 30 minus 3 is congruent to a mod 70. 70 minus this answer will be 210 minus 3 is congruent to a mod 70. That is 207 is congruent to a mod 70. This is the dividend, this is the divisor, this is the remainder. If you divide 207 by 17, so 1 time 17, 37, 2 times 34, the remainder is 3. Therefore, 207 is congruent to 3 mod 70. So answer, the value is, the required value is value is 3. The required value is 3. Next, third sum. The question is solve 5x is congruent to 4 mod 6. 5x is congruent to 4 mod 6. This is the modulus equation, so it has infinitely many solutions. Here the question is they asked solve, whereas in the first subdivision they asked least positive value. So the same procedure. By definition, 5x minus 4 is equal to a constant multiple of 6. I take it as k, where k is an integer. Where k is an integer, so 5x minus 4 equal to 6k. Five x minus 4 equal to 6a. From that x equal to 6k. 5x minus 4 equal to 6k. X equal to 6k plus 4 divided by 5. By thing we will find out the by first subdivision, by first question, fifth subdivision, we are getting the answer as the value of k as equal to 1, 6, 11, etc. For that the corresponding x value is the value of x equal to, we are getting the answer as 2, 8, 14, etc. So this is a modulus equation. We have infinitely many solutions. Next, fourth sum. Solve 3x minus 2 is congruent to 0 mod 11. Same like this. By definition, we are having 3x minus 2 is equal to a constant multiple of 11. I take the constant multiple as k. So 3x minus 2 equal to 11k. I want to find the value for x. So x equal to 11k plus 2 by 3. Now we have to substitute the value for fk. So k equal to, we put k. If k equal to 1, then x value will be 13 by 3. Here note the denominator is 3, so is divisible by 3. Is divisible by 3. So first value you have to find. For the next value, just you add with the number 3. So not a divisible, not divisible by 3. Next, if x equal k equal to 2. If k equal to 2, k equal to 2, then x value will be 24 by 3. Then answer will be 8. It is divisible by 8. So we are finding first value as k equal to 2. This is our first value. Next we want to find the next value. It is divisible by 3. So we take if k equal to 2 plus 3. Then x value equal to 5. K equal to 5 means it is 57 by 3. If we divide it, it is 90. So the next value is 90. Next, the next value. If k equal to 5 plus 3, that is 8. X value will be 88 plus 2 by 3. That is 90 by 3. The answer will be 30. This is a modular equation, so it has infinitely many solutions. We can get the answer like this. So the answer will be the value of x equal to first one 8, next one 19, 30, comma etc. Infinitely many solutions.
Next, fifth sum. What is the time 100 hours after 7 a.m.? What is the time 100 hours after 7 a.m.? Before this sum, we have to study the note first. Already we saw about the wrap around about the clock. In a clock, every 12 hours, the numbers repeats. Clock means, do you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Start from 1, 2, 3 like that 12. After 12 again it will come start from 1, 2, 3 like that. After 12 again it is starting from 1, 2, 3 like that. So in a clock every 12 hours the numbers are repeating. That is the note is very very important for the fifth sum. Again you have to see the fifth sum. What is the time? 100 hours after 7 a.m. This question they have to ask in 1 mark means directly you have to use the clock and tell the answer. Suppose they have to ask in the 2 mark means you have to use that modular method and you have to find the answer. So, fifth one, solution to find the time 100 hours after 7 a.m. They have to ask in 1 mark means you have to count how many wrap around it is coming like that. 100 hours means first 1 around means 12 hours, next 2 around means 24, like that you have to count it, and whatever in the remainder that is you have to add with 7, that is for 1 mark. They have to ask in 2 mark means you have to use like this method. Here we use 1 around equal to 12 hours. So, here we use modulo 12. They have to given is what? 100 hours. So, you have to write 100 here. 100 is concurrent to x, that is mod 12, because 1 wrapping around, clock 1 around is 12 hours. So, we have to take it here modulo 12. So, mod 12 you have to write like this. We have to divide 100 by 12 means 8 12s are 96, balance 4. 100 divided by 12 means 8 times, the remainder will be 4. So, you have to write like this, 100 concurrent to, the remainder is 4. So, x will be 4, 4 mod 12. The value of x must be 4. The value of x must be 4. The question they have to ask is what? 100 hours after 11 a.m. Therefore, the time 100 hours after, the time 100 hours after 7 a.m. is, our remainder is what here? 4. After means we have to add 7 and 4. It is coming 7 plus 4 equal to 11 a.m. This is the answer. You have to check in clock also, we are getting the same answer. 100 hours after 7 a.m. we are getting the answer is 11 a.m. That's all the fifth one. Next, sixth one also the same method. See the question, the sixth one. What is the time 15 hours before 11 p.m.? That sum they have to given after fifth one. Sixth one they have to given before. The same method. Here we have to use the subtraction. That's all. Sixth one. To find time 15 hours before 15 hours before 11 p.m. This is the question. We have to find out 11 p.m. before 15 hours. What is the time? How to use that clock also, we have to get the answer easily. 1 mark means we have to use it like this, but 2 mark means we have to use this method. Here we use modulo 12 because in a clock every 12 hours the numbers will be repeating. So above 12 means we have to count it how many times it is repeating like that. So 15 hours before 11 p.m. they have to ask it. So we have to use it here modular method. So we have to take it modulo 12. So we have to write like this: 15 concurrent to x mod 12. 15 we have to divide by 12 means 112. The remainder will be 3. So we have to write like this: 15 concurrent to, the remainder will be 3. So 3 mod 12. 3 mod 12. The value of x must be 3. Here the value of x is what? 3. So before means we have to subtract the 3 with 15 hours. Therefore, the time 15 hours before 11 p.m. is 11 p.m. is our time is what? 11 p.m. before 3 hours. So we have to subtract before 3. 11 minus 3 equal to 8 p.m. So how to use the clock also, we are getting like this. The answer will be coming what? 8 p.m. Okay. Next sum. The next sum is 7th one. Today is Tuesday. Let us see the question clearly. Today is Tuesday. Do you know the weeks of the day? No. So today is Tuesday. You have to ask him. Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Then my uncle will come after 45 days. என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா இந்த ப்ராப்ளம்ல டுடே இஸ் டியூஸ்டேன்னு சொல்றாங்க. 45 டேஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் எங்க அங்கிள் வந்து எங்க வீட்டுக்கு வராங்க. இன் விச் டே மை அங்கிள் வில் பி கம்மிங். அப்படின்னா 45 டேஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் அந்த அங்கிள் வரும்போது அது வந்து எந்த டேயா இருக்குன்னு கேட்குறாங்க. We have to say the answer is here which day. After 45 days, the which day will come, the which day the uncle will come to my home, like that. Today is Tuesday. My uncle will come after 45 days. In which day my uncle will be coming? That is the question. Today is Tuesday. We have to find out day after 45 days. நமக்கு 45 டேஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் வரக்கூடிய டே வந்து என்ன டே ஆகும்? From Tuesday onwards we have to calculate 45 days. Then only we have to find the answer. Okay. Number of days in a week equal to what here? 7. So you have to write like this. Number of days number of days in a week, that is 7. 7 means that is what? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Number of days in a week equal to 7. So after 45 days means here we have to use it. Here we use modulo 7 because number of days in a week is what is 7. So we have to use it modulo 7. So we have to write like this. 45 is concurrent to x mod 7. So we have to divide 45 by 7 means 6 7s are 42. The balance will be, the remainder will be 3. So you have to write here 45 concurrent to 3 mod 7. The value of x must be 3. Okay. Today is Tuesday. After 45 days, the uncle will be coming. So, which day we have to calculate? We have to divide 75 by 7 means we are getting the remainder is 3. So, after Tuesday is today means after third day, what day will come? 1, 2, 3. The third day will be coming for Friday. So, that is the answer. So, you have to write like this. 3 days after Tuesday is Friday. 3 days after Tuesday is what here? Friday. So, therefore, uncle will be coming on Friday. This is the answer. Tuesdays ku appuram 3 days kalichu uncle vandu Friday varuvaru. That is the answer. That problem is over. Next one, 8th one. Prove that 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n is always divisible by 7 for any positive integer n. The 8th one we have to prove. The given condition is divisible by 7 any positive integer. So, we have to substitute the positive integer only. In this sum, we have many ideas which is easy how to use it. Okay. 8th one, 8th problem. To prove சாரிங்க ரெட் கலர் ரைட்டே எரியல. Eighth one, prove that 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n is always divisible by 7 for any positive integer any positive integer n. To prove 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n is always divisible by 7 for any positive integer n. Now we are going to prove the result. Okay, the proof. First I have to select this statement. 7 is divisible by 7. This is the meaning is what? 7 we have to divide by 7 means 1 7 is 7. The remainder will be we are getting that 0. So 7 is divisible by 7. Therefore we have to write in the modular means 7 concurrent to the remainder will be 0. So mod 7. I have to use this statement. 7 is divisible by 7. So we have to get it like this. Next I have to add both side also number 2. So 7 plus 2 is concurrent to 0 plus 2 mod 7. Since adding 2, I have to add 2 on both sides. So 7 plus 2 is 9, concurrent to 0 plus 2 is 2 mod 7. See, 9 divided by 7 means we are getting the remainder is 2. Next one, I have to add the power n. So 9 power n concurrent to 2 power n, that is mod 7. Next I have to add multiply by 6 on both sides. So 6 into 9 power n concurrent to 6 into 2 power n mod 7. Since multiplying 6. Next I have to add 2 power n on both sides. I have to add 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n concurrent to 2 power n plus 6 into 2 power n mod 7. Next here 2 power n is here and here. So I have to take 2 power n is common. So 2 power n. 2 power n we have to take on means it will be coming here 1 plus 6 into mod 7. Next 2 power n, 1 plus 6 is what here 7. So 2 power n into 7 mod 7. The first one we got to saw that 7 is divided by 7 means we are getting the remainder is 0. So 2 power n into 0. 2 power n into 0 the remainder is, so 2 power n into 0 that is mod 7. So we have to multiply means we are getting this is what 0 mod 7, 0 mod 7. So the left side will be 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n. So 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n concurrent to 0 mod 7. Okay. You have to substitute any value for n means we are getting the same result. Suppose I have to substitute n equal to 1 means 2 power 1 equal to 2. 9 power 1 equal to 9. 6 9s are 54. 54 plus 2 56. 56 we have to divide by 7. 8 7s are 56. The remainder will be 0. So 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n we have to divide by 7 means we are getting the remainder is 0. So this concept is always divisible by 7. So you have to write the result. Therefore, when 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n is divisible by 7, we get remainder 0. Therefore, 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n is always divisible by 7 for any positive integer n. Hence proved. The given is 2 power n plus 6 into 9 power n. The 1 mark sum they have to ask means substitute you got to n equal to 1, 2 like that any number. This number will be divisible by 7. We are getting the remainder also 0. Suppose they have to ask 2 or 5 mark means we have to say like this. The next one. The next problem. 9th one. Find the remainder when 2 power 81 is divisible by 17. The very simple only, but they have to given the number is 2 power 81. 2 power 81 is divisible by 17. What is the remainder? We have to find out. The given number is what here? The 9th one. To find the remainder, when 2 power 81 is divided by 17. Here also we are going to use that modulo only. Here also in this sum also we are having that many ideas which is easy how to follow. First I have to take the given number is 2 power 81. 2 power 81 is concurrent to x. The divided number is what? Divisor is 17. So x mod 17 like this you have to write. 2 power 81 is divided. The divisor is what? 17. So we have to write like this in modulo 2 power 81 concurrent to x mod 17. 2 power 81 I have to split like this. Already we studied in the lower class itself. The power will be add means we have to get the power. So I have to split the power like that. 2 power 40 into 2 power 40 into 2 power 1 concurrent to x mod 17. But see, add the power means we are getting the 2 power 81. The base will be same, then only we have to add the power. 2 power 40 into 2 power 40. Again I have to split the power like that. 2 power 4 whole power 10 into 2 power 4 whole power 10 into 2 concurrent to x mod 17. 2 power 4. We have to multiply the power. So 4 into 10 equal to 2 power 40. Next 2 power 4 is what? 2 power 4 is 16. So 16 power 10 into 16 power 10 into 2 concurrent to x mod 17. Okay. 16 again we have to write like this. 16 power 10 we have to write 16 power 2 whole the power 5. So 5 2s are 10. This one also we can write it like this. 16 power 2 power 5 into 2 concurrent to x mod 17. Next, 16 power 2 is what here? 16 power 2 means 256 power 5 into 256 power 5 into 2 concurrent to x mod 17. Now I am going to take 256 only here. So 256 concurrent to x mod 17. First you have to do this alone, because 2 power 56 for 5 means it will coming to large number. So we have to take 256 only. 256 we have to divide by 17. 256 divide by 17, 117, balance 8, 86, 5 17s 85, so the balance 1, the remainder will be here what? 1. So you have to write like this, 256 is divided by 17, the remainder will be 1. So x must be here 1. So 1 of mod 17. So 256 concurrent x mod 17 means we are getting the remainder is 1. So here we have to substitute the power is 1. So we are getting like this. The first one we are getting the remainder is 1. So we can write 1 power 5 into the second number also 1. So you have to write 1 power 5 into the third one 2 mod 17. I have to return the remainder only. First 256 the remainder is 1. Second 256 the remainder is 1. The third one 2. You have to write as it is. 1 power 5 is what? 1. Here also 1 power 5 is 1. The 2 is 2 into mod 17. 1 into 1 into 2 equal to concurrent to 2 mod 17. In our left side they have to given is what? 2 power 81. So 2 power 81 concurrent to 2 mod 7. The value of x must be 2. So 2 power 81 is divided by 17. We are getting the remainder is what? 2. So 2 power 81 is divided by 17. We are getting the remainder is what? 2. Therefore, the remainder is 2. Okay, next one, 10th problem. The duration of flight travel from Chennai to London through British Airlines is approximately 11 hours. Okay, they have to given the traveling time from Chennai to London. Approximately they have to given 11 hours. This is not correct. Approximately they have to given from Chennai to London 11 hours. The airplane begins its journey on Sunday at 23:30 hours. The travel timing is begins at which time? 23:30 hours. If the time at Chennai is 4.5 hours ahead to that of London's time. The Chennai time and London time will be different 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours means whatever the London time before that 4.5 hours, that is a Chennai time. Ahead means before. To find the time at London, when will be the flight lands at London airport. So we have to find the timing for London airport. So we have to find out here London time only. 10th sum, board problem, it is coming for 5 marks. 10th one you have to write like this statement also. First they have to given what? Starting time from starting time from Chennai equal to 30 hours. They have to given in 24 hours clock time. Starting time from Chennai. Traveling time equal to 11 hours. Here we have to use modulo 24. Why we are using here 24? Because one day equal to 24 hours. So that only we are using here modulo 24. So we have to write like this. Therefore, reaching time equal to 30 hours plus 11, that is mod 24. So we have to add means we have to get 30 hours that is mod 24. 30 we have to divide by 24 means we are getting the remainder is 1030. So you have to write like this. It reaches London on Monday. Why we are telling that Monday? Because they have to started at Sunday night time only. So we have to adding 11 hours means we are getting that next day. So we are mentioning here Monday. On Monday at 10:30 a.m. But they have to given the time difference is 4.5 hours ahead. So you have to write time difference is 4.5 hours ahead to London. So now we have to got the time is 10:30. 4.5 hours means we have to subtract 10:30 and 4.5 hours means we are getting the correct time. So London time equal to minus 4:30 equal to 6 a.m. Therefore, the flight will land at airport on next day. Next day mean that is what? Monday. Next day mean that is what? Monday at 6 a.m. That is the mean. The problem is very simple only. They have to given the time in 24 hours clock time. So the traveling time is what? 11. So we have to add means 34 and 30 hours. We have to divide means we have to get the remainder is 10:30. 10:30 is our Chennai time only. They have to given 4.5 hours difference to the Chennai time and the London time. So we have to subtract means we are getting the time is what? 6. 6 means that is what? Next day. Next day means that is what? Monday. So the flight will land at airport on next day Monday at 6 a.m. That's all.